guys, welcome back. Just filming a quick intro to this one to explain what's going on. I'm going to be painting another bird for my bird project. Some of you might remember about a year ago I started a project. I was going to illustrate 100 birds, and I still am. It's just kind of been put on the back burner a bit. I knew this wasn't going to be an intense kind of draw everyday challenge. I knew I wouldn't be able to manage that, but yeah, it's still ongoing. I've been doing a bit of planning for the next few, and I just thought I would film a slower video and maybe chat a bit for this one because I haven't done one for a while. So today we're going to be painting a wren, which I'm quite excited about. That's one of my favourite birds and they're always really fun to draw. So yeah, I'll let you guys get into the video. Thank you for tuning in, and please like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps me out and making these little videos. So yeah, let's get into the bird project. Hello guys, it's voiceover time. So I just thought I would talk quickly about the materials I've been using, just in case any of you were wondering. I have had a few questions in the past. So the sketchbook I'm using for my notes and doodles is a Royal Talons art creation sketchbook. This one is I'm gonna say A5 size. It's not exactly A5, but it's close enough. And I got it in the colour red. They come in all different colours, and these are great little sketchbooks for mucking about in. They're not very expensive, and they're kind of similar to Moleskine sketchbooks. So if you like that type of book with the yellowy paper, this might be a good alternative for you if you have sketchbook anxiety and you just spent £20 on a Moleskine and then you're scared to draw in it. Maybe try one of these. I don't think the paper is exactly the same as the Moleskine. It's not as smooth, and I don't think it is as thick. For being a low stakes sketchbook, they do alright. So yeah, I've just been using it for kind of rough sketches for the birds. When I first started the project, I wanted to make the sketchbook look super nice in case I make my final illustrations into a book, and then I could use pages from the sketchbook as well, but as I've gone further on it's gotten looser and looser. Some of the pages I really hate, where I've been a bit experimental and tried out different things, but I think that that is important. You just kind of have to accept that sketchbooks are sketchbooks, and if you're gonna try something new, it's not always gonna go well. But I'm glad that I've kept the sketchbook, because it is kind of like a little diary that goes alongside the pictures, and I can see where the ideas have come from. I don't do a ton of planning. It's not like I do a ton of thumbnails or anything. It's just sort of sketches for these. I'm fairly confident with drawing birds, so I can kind of just dive mostly into them. Got a bit distracted there talking about the sketchbook, but the rest of the materials I've been using, for the paper, I've been using Archer's hot press. It's a very popular paper. I like it a lot. It's not for everybody, but I do like it, and I like it for these birds. I've also been using a mixture of watercolour pencils. That is the main body of the colour. And I like watercolour pencils because I can draw with them and I can paint with them, and you've got kind of that consistent colour. It is true, I could just use watercolour paint, and I do for a lot of other pictures, but there's something about working with the pencils that's really relaxing for me. I used to use watercolour pencils when I was younger, and that's why I picked them for this project, as it's something I just kind of dip into occasionally, and it's more about enjoyment for me with this one. I like how much I can layer them up. They are a hard supply to get used to. It took me years to really find a way of using watercolour pencils that works for me. I think they're kind of simple to understand but hard to master, so if you've tried them and been frustrated with them, I don't blame you. I used to find them very hard to use, and it took a lot of practice for me to figure them out, so don't be too hard on yourself. The brands I've been using, there's a mix. I use Derwent watercolour pencils, Derwent Graphitint pencils, Derwent Inktense, and Faber-Castell Albret Dura pencils. So those are kind of the four that I own, and I dip in and out. I've never used Caran ones, but I would like to. They're just really expensive, and I don't need any more at the moment. Maybe once I wear the ones I have down a bit more, I'll get some more. Because I wasn't sure if I wanted to exhibit these pieces later on, I have also only been using the colours in my collection that have like pretty decent light fastness. What I did is I went and did a bit of research, which ones were alright and which ones weren't, and I put a bit of red tape around the barrel of the ones that will fade in the light. That all that does is when I'm picking colours out for these birds, I know which ones not to pick, but I can still use them in my sketchbook, so they're all together in the pot. But I like all four of those brands. I think the ones I use the least are probably the watercolour pencils from Derwent. They're just a little bit weak. There's some nice earthy tones in there. I like one called, I think it's called Golden Ochre or something like that. And there's a couple of nice browns, but I don't tend to use them very much, and they don't have great light fastness. A lot of the colours I own are very fugitive, so I don't use them much for the birds. I really like Inktense. They are great for the darks. I find that when I'm doing like blacks and dark colours in my birds, it's usually an Inktense. They've just got richer, deeper, darker colours, and those are the ones I like from that range. The Albret Duras are really good all-rounders. I like them a lot. They work super well. And the Graphitints I don't use a lot because they've got kind of a weird grittiness to them, but occasionally I do like them. I think there's a colour called Storm. It's like a very light grey. That's been one of my favourite ones, and one of the browns I use a lot. And then the other supplies I've been using are obviously a graphite pencil to sketch out the drawing. I use a light box, so I'll sketch it out. I usually take one of my sketches from the sketchbook, put it into the computer so that I can resize it to the correct size, print it off, and then lightbox it onto the Arches paper. That just keeps the paper nice and clean. I'm not erasing and changing things. It's just to preserve kind of the quality of the final paper. I've also used a little bit of white gouache, just for kind of mixing in and tidying up the designs, and some traditional coloured pencils on top, just to add a little bit of extra colour or detail here and there. So it's pretty minimal supplies for these birds, and I like that because I can keep them consistent. But yeah, this little wren sat on some flowers. The flowers, I don't know what they are. I just took a photograph of them when I was out there a couple of months ago, and I've been really wanting to use them in this project. I thought they would be a nice perch for a bird, and it just so happened that wren was on my immediate to-do list, and I thought, oh, they'd be great for the wren. I've drawn wrens before, this isn't my first one, so I was pretty confident going in with this one. I like wrens a lot. They have a very interesting body shape. They're kind of a ball, but then they're very pointy as well. They've got a very pointy beak and a pointy tail. So there's a lot of interesting kind of shapes in the wren. And I thought I would show you the final result. Here he is. Yeah, these don't take very long once I get into it. They only take a couple of hours really, especially these small ones. The magpies I did was massive, that took me ages, but yeah. But yeah, I am uploading them all on my website as well, so if you want to check in there occasionally, I will put them on my website, and I also upload the shorts here on YouTube. But yeah, I'm hoping to do some more soon. Happy with this one. This one's quite nice. Some of them I am a bit like, they're okay. But I do really like this one. This one's one of my favourites, I think. But yeah, I'll catch you all in the next one, guys. I've got a couple of big videos planned for in the future, so I don't know how quick I'll get onto the next bird, but just to let you all know, I am still kind of doing it. But yeah, I'll catch you all soon. Bye guys!